If you've changed your logo, your colors, your bio, your niche, maybe your entire brand name in the last 2 years, and you still feel like something isn't landing, this episode is for you. Hi, I'm Cindy Gordon, a selective visibility strategist and business mentor, and I have built and sold multiple online businesses, and I've watched this pattern play out more times than I can count. The rebrand that was supposed to fix everything, well, a lot of times, it doesn't. But before we get into it, I go deeper into topics just like this on my Thursday newsletter. It's become a thing that over 1,500 entrepreneurs actually open and look forward to. If you want to join us, the link is in the show notes. Here's what a rebrand cycle looks like from the inside. Something feels a little bit off, so your content might feel like it's not landing the way you want it to. Sales feel harder than they should be. You look at your brand and something just feels misaligned. So you fix the thing that you can see, the outside things, the logo, the colors, the bio. Maybe you hire a designer. Maybe you spend 3 months on a brand new identity for your business. And when it's done, there's this moment of relief. This feels right. This is the one. And then a few months later, you're back in the same place because the problem was never the packaging. What nobody tells you about a rebrand is that often it is a surface level solution to a root level problem. And that root level problem is this: you don't have clarity on your business identity. So, not your aesthetic identity, your actual identity of your business. What you stand for, what you refuse to stand for, what makes your voice yours and nobody else's. Brand can be designed, identity has to be excavated. Most entrepreneurs skip straight to the design and wonder why nothing sticks. There's a difference between brand identity, and most online business owners have never been given it clearly. Your brand is how you present yourself. Your identity is who you actually are underneath that presentation. A brand can be designed, but identity has to be excavated. And when you skip that excavation part and you go straight to the design, you end up with something that looks beautiful and polished, but might feel a little bit hollow to you and to eventually all of your audience too, because audiences are sophisticated. They feel the difference between someone performing a brand and someone living the brand. This is what I call a trust leak, the gap between what you're projecting and what you actually believe in. And it doesn't always show up dramatically. Sometimes it's super subtle. The content gets some engagement, but no DMs. People follow you, but they might not buy. They like the packaging, but they're not connecting with the person inside of it. The rebrand is seductive because it's concrete. You can see it, you can touch it, you can show people. It feels like progress because something is visually changing. And sometimes a rebrand is the right move. When your identity has genuinely evolved and your brand no longer reflects who you actually are, updating the presentation makes total sense. But most of the rebrands I see are people running from something, not towards something. They're in an attempt to solve a feeling of misalignment by changing the most visible thing. And when the misalignment is actually coming from something so much deeper, the question to ask yourself before you rebrand is, do I actually know what I stand for right now? So not your niche, not your offer, the belief underneath of it, the hill that you will die on even when it's not trending, and the thing that drives every decision that you make in your business, even when no one's watching. If you can't answer that clearly, a new logo is not going to help you. So what do you do instead? You do the identity work first. You get clear on your voice fingerprint, the specific phrases and rhythms and positions that make your content sound like you and only you. And then you build your anti-playbook. So these are the things that you refuse to do, the trends that you never follow, the positions that you and your business hold regardless of what is working for everyone else. You figure out what makes you unmistakable before you worry about making yourself visible, because then and only then does the brand conversation become useful. Because now you're designing something to match an identity that already exists. This is a very different exercise than designing something and hoping that the identity catches up. If you've rebranded more than once and you still feel like something isn't landing, this is your signal. Not that you haven't found the right designer yet. You probably have. It's just that the identity work hasn't been done. Sometimes the most valuable thing isn't more strategy, it's having someone name the thing that you've been circling around. That's what a strategy session with me does. 90 minutes with your specific business, and we identify exactly which layer is the problem, whether it's your foundation, your channels, or how you're showing up inside of them. Link is in the show notes if you are interested. Thanks for listening today. This is The Strategic Entrepreneur.